So I love the water. I love to float on the water, sit on top of the water, sit and watch the water. I like to drink water. I've always loved the water. It started, I think, as a kid. I was a swim team kid, and then I worked as a lifeguard, swim instructor. I was an aquatic director at the YMCA for many, many years. And it's just always brought me peace. I love the water. I was a child of the Midwest, grew up in the Midwest, and so my natural aquatic environment tended to be murky rivers and lakes, which is why many years ago, the first time I went to Hawaii, it was an aquatic epiphany. Never had I seen water so clear, and I'd never been able to know what I was swimming with, which in the Midwest is a really good thing. I mean, it was better not to know what had just nudged your leg. Have you seen a catfish? Yeah, you don't want to. But Hawaii, this was just like a miracle. The salty water, and I'm floating along with my snorkel on, and floating over these mountains of coral, and they're purple, and they're maroon, and pink, and coral. I never knew what coral was. That's the color. It's coral. And some of them look like a human brain, and some of them are spiky. And then there's the fish. There's like the yellow and black angelfish and the rainbow parrotfish. And it was just amazing. And as I'm floating there, I see a shape, and I'm like, is that a turtle? I think it might be a turtle. Now, again, Midwest, so I got Midwestern turtle experience. So there's the red-eared slider and the ornate box turtle, and which you could bring home for pets for a few days until your mom made you go release them back into the wild. There was the common snapping turtle, which you didn't want to bring home as a pet. You didn't usually make that mistake twice. So as I'm pondering my, turtle knowledge, the shape lifts up off the bottom, slowly starts to make its way up to the surface and towards me. And two thoughts come into my head. I'm like, one, this is not a turtle I can bring home as a pet. And two, unless I want to ride the turtle, I need to move. Because this turtle is not at all concerned about me and where I'm at. I need to get out of its way. So I back up, and sure enough, it comes floating by like 5-10 feet away, and, just very chill, and comes up to the surface, takes a breath, looks around, goes right back down to the bottom. Suddenly, turtles were my thing. I have never been a person that had that thing, right? I've never been the cats, penguin, angels, wolf, spirit animal thing. I've never done that. I've never let it take over my wardrobe or my interior decorating, my license plate frame. I mean, never. In fact, I would give a, mental eye roll when I'd see that, right? But I was smitten, and there I was 2 days later at Hilo Hattie's buying a mug and starting down that slippery slope of crazy turtle lady. Over the next, 15, 20 years, went back to Hawaii many times, swam with the turtles, different islands, different beaches, but always swam with the turtles. Every once in a while, we'd see a turtle up on the beach. They'd have to ride, get the right wave, and then launch themselves up and sort of wiggle up on the sand beyond the surf line and hang out for a while, and then they'd have to get back in or wait for high tide and wait for a wave to float them back out again. And all the while this is going on, this 15 or 20 years, my mobility became more and more compromised due to multiple sclerosis, but I could still swim. I could still be in the water. And when I was in the water, I felt confident, and I felt graceful, and I felt everything I was not feeling when I was on land. And I realized why I love the turtles so much. I was the turtle, cuckoo-ca-choo. I was back in Hawaii last year, and I swam with the turtles again. It was a little more difficult, but I really wanted to do it. So my son had to help me kind of through the sand to the surf, and I did this kind of not that graceful kind of face plant entry into the waves, and then sort of did this really awkward synchronized swim thing as I tried to get my fins on, and eventually managed to roll over onto my stomach and started to work my way out, and there it was. That feeling of just freedom and relief and exchanging gravity for buoyancy and exchanging awkward, limited mobility for the ability to move. And once again, I saw the sand and everything you see through that sort of blue ocean filter and the sand, and then the coral starts to come up, and I see the brain-shaped coral and the spiky coral and the colors, and then there's the silverfish. Those are always the first ones you see. It's a little silverfish, and then comes the different colored fish, and I'm about 50 yards out, moving along, using my one good leg. The other one's just kind of hanging out, and there I see it. Once again, that shape, lifting off the bottom, coming up to the surface with that incredible turtle indifference, just like... It was amazing. The turtle is my spirit animal. That's what I've realized. And I'm going to continue to swim with the turtles. At least I'm going to give it my best shot, even if it means that I might have to sit on the edge of the surf and wait for a wave to come pull me in. And then when I'm done, just sort of hope one launches me back up onto the beach. And I hope that my kids, someday when I'm cleaning out the family house, I hope my kids, roll their eyes at all the turtle paraphernalia. And when I insist that they take the mug or the license plate holder or the shirt, I hope they keep that and they look at it and they smile and they remember their mom, the crazy turtle lady. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, my dear. Thank you.